Okay, Leonard, here we are. We're live. Are you with me?
I am with you.
You know how annoying you are this morning?
I am annoying. That's why we got kicked off of Sirius because I've been too annoying, right?
That's probably true.
Okay, just make
Let's,
sure we got sound in the chat room. That's all important. I don't give a hootenanny if I listen to you. I want to make sure the people can hear me. Okay,
I know, right?
how's the sound in the chat room? That's what we're checking now. And then if we got sound, at least I'll keep going. I'll try to muzzle her up as best we can. I'm not sure if I can. I can hear you, buddy. There. All right.
Lenny,
Yes.
see, normally we have producers, and so we're a little bit rusty when it comes to this,
We
right? I
don't
mean,
need producers. All we need is you pay attention, which you don't do. But now we're on the air. Michael Anthony could hear us. Poncho could hear us. Eddie Heck, did you see the picture? Did you see the picture of Eddie Heckman and I forgot her name, the public address announcer at Baltimore, who was
wasn't she a producer too?
yeah, she produced our shows a couple of times, and I told Eddie Heckman to go say hello to her, and he did. And she, I didn't speak to Eddie. I will later, but she was tremendous. Okay, absolutely tremendous. Nice picture of her and Eddie, and there you go in the chat room. Let's see if I can put
Okay,
it in the chat room.
listen to
Okay,
me. So
yeah,
last night you were asleep, but I watched the UFC. I watched the UFC. It was kind of like one of the, it was a setup kind of like WrestleMania does. And you have like a bunch of matches. And then at the end, you have the main event, right?
yes.
And the reason that I watched it was because your son, Mark, my stepson, watched or sent me this link to watch live. And so he just, all day he was like, you got to watch this. He's been a very big fan of UFC lately.
Yes.
And, so I watched it and I was like, holy moly. I was like on edge the whole time. I mean, these people beat the crap out of each other, literally beat the crap out of each
No
other.
kidding. You should have reminded me. I would have watched it with you.
Well, the main event didn't even come on until midnight,
Now
right?
there's the picture of Eddie Heckman with our friend. I forgot her name. Gee whiz. I'm sorry. I forgot her name.
So we already have some questions in the chat room. I'm going to keep track of these questions. And if you
Okay.
want, if you're watching on Facebook, you can ask questions there too. I'll try to keep up with those. But mostly, we like it when you come to LennyMelnickFantasySports.com/live and you can listen, chat, do all kinds of things there. You can put pictures up like Eddie Heckman did. And that's a
I
great.
put that up. It's a great picture of Eddie Heckman. Fantastic. Okay.
I watched the women fight too, and I mean, I gotta say, these people are in such great shape. But so, Conor McGregor, the guy with the big strut and stuff, and the fans
Yes. What
love this
happened to
guy.
Conor McGregor?
He was fighting this one guy that beat him just a couple of months ago. Poirier is his name, and
Yep.
so when Conor, I mean, every like Trump was there, and like every celebrity was there. It was just amazing. It was in Las Vegas. And so when Conor McGregor comes out and, there's all this work up to the main event and he comes out and the whole crowd is just going crazy. Obviously he's the fan favorite, and he's just got this. I mean, he is just like this. I guess he probably found his calling because he's really perfect for this role. I mean, he's just like an angry Irish drunk guy, like he's got his own liquor. And anyway, they didn't even get past the first round. This guy got Conor McGregor on the ground, and he finally got back up, which I didn't even think he was going to be able to get back up, but he has great kicking ability. And so he got up, and then he actually injured himself, but he stepped wrong on his foot, and I mean, it is like nauseating to watch this. It's so horrible, this injury. He like stepped on his foot and his whole foot like turned around and upside down. And oh my gosh, they ended the fight after that. But Conor was so pissed off and he was so frustrated. So anyway, that was a fun time. Me and Mark had a lot of fun chatting throughout the fights. And there was a couple of girl fights. Like these chicks were amazing. The guys are amazing. They do not give up. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, to go out there and these guys are going to get CTE. All I could think about was like, you're going to get CTE, like the mother in me is thinking your brain is going to be injured so bad, but that's what they do. So let's get on talking about baseball. There's a question in the chat room that we will answer. One friend Poncho wanted to know about Carlos Carrasco, and I talked about him yesterday. It feels like with him, yes, he's on his way back and he should be back like shortly after the All-Star break, but this is only if nothing bad happens, okay? Because this guy will be like throwing from 120 feet, and then he'll throw like a 50 bullpen session, then he'll throw 60 pitches, and then all of a sudden it says he's not throwing off the mound anymore. And then you find out that he's got a different injury. He actually was doing great on his way back from an arm injury, and he all of a sudden, after he went out for a great bullpen session, he was doing conditioning work later that day, and he hurt his hamstring, which we know is just a nightmare this
Oh
year.
gosh.
How many hamstring injuries do you think there have been?
That's the name of the game. It's been hamstring after hamstring. Hasn't been the COVID. Hasn't been anything else. Too many hamstrings. So who the heck knows what's going on? But guest Lenny asks a question about Cole Calhoun. Is he worth a pickup?
Yeah.
And of course, the answer to this and every question similar to this regarding pickups or should I make this trade? Who can you pick up? Who do you have to drop? Who is he going to replace?
I can tell you what he's good for.
Interrupt me. Nothing changes. We could do it in any format, but you'll always be interrupting me.
Yeah, but this time I can fucking cuss at you, bitch.
Could you just fuck you, mother? Could you wait a second? Sorry. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat room. Brewer Jim, Colombo, Daniel Ferrara, Eddie Heckman, Jay Stubbs is here, Michael Anthony, Poncho, guest Brian. Good morning to you all. So it depends, guest Lanny, if you want to put down who you're going to drop to pick him up. If you just want to pick him up, yes, he could wind up. He could wind up playing on another team. Arizona is just going to make absolute wholesale changes.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what? This guy is going to hit for home runs. He's going to hit home runs. He's a much better pickup than any prospect, okay? Everybody loves the prospects. Cole Calhoun hit 16 home runs last year in 60 games. Think of that. Average that out into a full season. The year before that, he hit 33 home runs. He is a power hitter. There's no question about it. And it's not like somebody asked me about Zach Gallen last night. Our friend John Garofalo said, what about Zach Gallen? I said, it's another guy that I did a deep dive into yesterday with his injury issues, you know, and the Arizona Diamondbacks are not going to compete this year. So why would they risk a long-term injury for Zach Gallen when they're not going to compete? But that doesn't really affect Cole Calhoun because he's going to hit home runs no matter what the Arizona Diamondbacks are going to do.
And Daniel asked the question, Hunter Dozier or Robbie Grossman? Even though I'm a big Hunter Dozier fan, I got to be honest in saying I can't recommend Hunter Dozier for the second half of the year over Robbie Grossman, who has been a tremendous underachiever.
Every time I think that Hunter Dozier is going to start hitting again, he doesn't. I think he will, and he doesn't.
Okay. So
I agree with you. He only has one RBI in the last 7 days. And
you can't go Hunter Dozier. Even though I touted him at the beginning of the year, he was my big failure. Of course, Ahmad Rosario was my big success. And
is he really? Is he?
Yes, he is. For a player that wasn't drafted and people weren't interested in him at all, he has performed fairly well for a $1 player or a pickup player. Not bad, okay? Joey Bart or James McCann. You got to keep going, McCann. Even though Posey's hurt, you got to go McCann, okay?
Yes, definitely.
Now, Ronald Acuna underwent an MRI, showed a complete tear of his right ACL. He'll be out 9 to 10 months, according to Jeff Passan. Wow. What a freaking blow to fan. What else can we have in fantasy baseball that we haven't had? We got Mike Trout out. We got now Acuna out. I mean, gee whiz, it's been, and I've been doing this for a good 30 plus years. This is the worst fantasy baseball season. Last year was 10 times better. This year, with all the injuries, it's impossible to play.
Oh, Okay, well, there are a lot of injuries this year, but everybody gets their turn with some injuries. So if it's happening to you with Acuna, I do feel bad for you, but it's happened to everybody. I mean, Fernando Tatis has been out too for a little bit. Freddie
It
Freeman,
doesn't mean it's not a good. It's a good way to put. It's a good place to play fantasy baseball. It's a terrible season.
excuse me.
Terrible season.
Oh, how is it a terrible season when you're second place in Tout Wars, you're second place in Labor? Like
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna.
now I'm rooting for Fernando Tatis to go down for the season. If he goes down, I win Tout Wars.
Do you have Acuna?
Terrible. That's terrible.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you have Acuna on your team?
No, I don't have him on my team.
So then, what has changed between Acuna going down and
Everybody, too many injuries. You can't. It's come down to who had the fewest injuries is going to win the league, and
Oh,
that's
that's so
terrible.
funny. It's so funny. Poncho's apologizing for his potty mouth. Should he do that at this show? No.
No, he doesn't. And Malpal is here. Good morning to Mr. Malpal.
That's because I sent him an alarm. At 6 o'clock in the morning for him and Tina.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he gets. Look, he there were times he lays in bed listening to our 7 o'clock show when we were doing it. Manny Machado is an all-star. I think he should have been an all-star anyway, right? He's replacing Ronald Acuna. But
What? Yeah, that's pretty bad that he. So now Carlos Correa. Well, remember just a couple days ago, Altuve and Correa said that they weren't going to participate in the All-Star game because,
right.
well, Correa wanted to spend time with his pregnant wife, which is ridiculous. Okay, if you ask me, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, now he's got COVID, they say, right?
Yeah, but all these players that, yeah, I think he does.
So he's going to go home to his wife and his pregnant wife with COVID. I don't think so. But here's the deal.
I think Chris Northrup is here. Hi, Chris.
Good morning, Chris. How you doing there, kid? Chris Northrup.
I sent her a present in the mail. She got it.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I don't see Chris in here.
She's in Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook. Okay. Here's the deal. A simple solution for players who don't want to participate in the All-Star. There's a lot of players who make up their mind before the season that they're not participating in the All-Star game. Here's what they should do. You ask MLB and the Players Association to withdraw your name from consideration. That way fans can vote for the players who want to go.
Well,
right?
Then when fans go to look for your name in the ballot and they can't find your name.
That's because why have their name on their ballot if they know at the beginning of the year they don't want to go?
So do you see this as a problem that the players don't even want to participate in this game anymore?
Well, it's disrespecting the game that's made them millionaires. I remember back in the 50s they had 2 All-Star games. 2. And and there were no players who ever backed out. They played 2 and you know why they didn't back out? Because the proceeds of the All-Star games funded the Major League Baseball Players Association. And there were 2 All-Star games. And I'll tell you what, I remember both of them were very exciting to watch. Both of them. Okay? So now there's 1 All-Star game. Now, Yadier Molina, he backed out, citing a foot injury.
Some of these players, you could understand why they're backing out. Like Fernando Tatis, you have to understand why he's out.
Now, what about catches? You give Yadier Molina a pass?
100%.
No.
Yes, I do.
He's not going to catch. He can't catch 1 inning?
Look, don't mess around with Yachty, okay? I'm sorry, but
Screw Yachty.
Forget you.
Jay Stubbs wants to know if we think Bobby Witt will be called. Yes, he will.
Yep.
Bobby Witt will be called up this season without a question of a doubt. Exactly when, hard to say, but he will. No, I'm not giving Yachty a pass. Even though he's banged up, he's a catcher. You're talking about catching 1 inning. That is not too much to ask to thank the people for voting for you and to support Major League Baseball. Sorry.
Yachty gets a pass, in my opinion. I don't know why I give one person a pass and not others, but
if a player is really hurt, as Tatis is, but still, he should show up at the All-Star game and play an inning. 1 inning. Well, that's it. That's bull dinky. 1 inning.
Okay, let's move on. So,
Let's
uh,
move on. Altuve is ridiculous.
Cole
That's
Calhoun is a
ridiculous.
great pickup, in my opinion. I think Cole Calhoun is one of the greater pickups,
I'm
especially
talking
if you
about the
need.
All-Star game, giving him a pass.
I'm moving
No,
over.
what? No way.
I'm leaving that conversation.
Omar
So
Narvaez
Acuna's out
replaced
for the
Yachty.
season.
I'm still talking about it.
Okay, good.
Max Scherzer, who's already started 3 All-Star games, will pitch his. He may be making his 4th All-Star game start. Dave Roberts said he strongly consider, and I think that's right. Dogman is here. Good morning.
Who?
Captain 15T is here. We got all of our listeners from fantasy baseball right here. There you go. Everybody's coming over. Great to see everybody. All the people from uh, Twitter who have expressed themselves actually showing up on
Lenny,
Facebook. Terrific. Yes,
let's give them some information then. Okay,
that's right.
that's our
Go
job.
ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Okay. So you said Omar Narvaez is going to replace, or am
And
I
right,
hearing
yeah,
myself?
right. He's going to replace him. But you think it should have been Navarez, or you think it should have been Will Smith?
Um, I don't care who it is, but I hear echo. So if you have the sound on,
Yeah,
turn it. Listen to it in your headphones.
I can't hear anything in my
Okay.
headphones. I'll shut the sound down. Or how's that? Is that better?
Much better. Thank you, sir. I called you sir.
If I shut it down, I can't hear you then.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you, but only if I keep the sound up. If I shut the sound down, I can't hear you. This is why I say
Well, it
you,
was fine just a minute ago.
I didn't do
Okay.
anything. I didn't do anything.
All right. So whatever it is, let's just.
How about Mookie Betts saying he's not going to participate? How could he even make the All-Star game?
Oh, so he declined it because the voters are the fans. That's who decides.
I don't know. Mookie Betts. How's the sound, everybody? That's right. Honor your fans. Represent your fans. Represent your city, and represent the game.
Let me
That's
ask
how
you a
you
question.
play.
Do
Yes.
you have Facebook on, playing the video?
I don't think so. I'll shut it down.
I mean, I might have to come down there and help you.
Oh, really? I
No,
will.
it's better now. Well, it's not better. Hold on a minute. I gotta
Wait.
figure out where this
How's that? Is that better?
mellow. Yes, it's better. It's so much better. There's no echo.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Thank you, Leonard. Okay.
All right.
So
That's good. Now, and Freddie Peralta was added to the All-Star team. He deserves it, replacing Brandon Woodruff. Okay, who Gausman, Woodruff, all scheduled to pitch, and they wouldn't be able to pitch in the All-Star game. Mookie
he
Betts says he's not participating because he has an undisclosed injury. What are you kidding me?
okay. Well, let's not talk about that anymore. Let's talk about
Yes.
this Taiwan Walker.
Yes.
I like Taiwan Walker. That's my best. That's my best find of the year. I think.
You did, and you talked about him last year. Here's the great thing about Taiwan Walker. Last week he pitched against the Yankees. What do you think the greatest part of that was?
The two are both number 99.
That's right, 299s. I think it's the first time in baseball that 2 number 99s went against each other. Okay? There you
Yes.
go. There's
Okay.
no echoes now.
Now
Thank
I hear it
you.
again. I hear it again. Oh wait, no, I don't. Okay. Whatever
All right,
you're
there
doing
you
is
go.
ridiculous.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just talking to you. That's ridiculous.
Shohei
All right?
Ohtani hit another home run, and it was out of control, far out of the park. Like it went to the next city.
Is he having the greatest season in the history of baseball?
16 home runs in the last 21 games. Okay, that's the
Is
most.
he having the best season in the history of baseball?
Yeah, I guess if you, I mean, you would have to say that he is if you consider the fact that he's pitching too.
He's having the best season in the history of baseball. His 16 home runs in 21 games is the most by any player over a 21 game span in a single season in the history of the American League. How about that one?
I mean, that doesn't even include the fact that he pitches too. So that's crazy. There are players with 16 or more home runs in a single season in a 21 game span. There are players like Kyle Schwarber did it. JD Martinez did it. Stanton did it. Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, and Sammy Sosa.
Okay, now let me ask you this: do you think that is Albert Pujols on the All Star team?
He should be. Okay, Albert Pujols is the man.
How could he not be named to the All Star team? Does anybody in the chat room know? Is Albert Pujols just hit me? Is Albert Pujols on the All Star team? If he's not, then something is absolutely screwed up and wrong.
Lenny,
Right?
do I have to say this over and over? You don't listen very good. It is the fans that decide who goes to the All-Star game.
But it's the managers. It's somebody who adds players after the fan vote.
I hate the All-Star game this year. I hate it. I hate the fact that they moved it out of Atlanta where it should be right now. But
all right, that's a whole different story.
That's how I get you to stop talking about the All-Star break, is to bring that up.
Okay, and by the way, Otuna, he's on pace. How many home runs do you think he's on pace to hit in a full season?
Altoona is a city in Philadelphia.
Not Altuve, Otani. How many home runs is he on pace to hit?
Wait, maybe it's not Philadelphia.
Yeah, managers can add Dog Man. Way to go, kid. Way to go, Dog Man.
Dude.
Managers can add players. You don't believe crap.
Yes, I do. Right? I believe you.
123. He's on pace to hit 123 home runs.
That's not even true.
He's on pace, yes. To hit 123.
Okay. Right now he has how many?
33, something like that.
Okay, well we're 100 games into the season, right?
No, we're 60. We're 80 games, and so anyway, I don't know. Something's wrong with that. That's not true. Because if he,
that's RBIs probably.
Yeah, something like that. Craig Mish made a statement on Twitter that I picked up. He doesn't talk to me anymore, but that's another story.
He does.
Yimi Garcia remains the Marlins closer as per Don Mattingly. But he says that this kid Bender is throwing better. And listen to this, Bender throwing better than anyone in baseball. Wow, that's a pretty strong statement.
Lenny, I talked about Bender last week on Crystal Ball.
So, you did. And by the way, Crystal Ball will be with us at some point. So hang in there, okay? Hang in there, okay?
What about Cole Hamels talking about coming back?
Yeah, he's being showcased.
I hear the echo again, Lenny. So whatever you're doing, please.
I didn't even move. I didn't do a thing. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
I hear I'm going to come down and fix your sound somehow.
Yeah, good. Fix my sound. In the meantime, Cole Hamels showcasing on July 16th. The question is, as Andrea is coming down to fix me, should Cole Hamels, first of all, I got nothing in my headset, so I'm not hearing anything in my headset.
Okay.
All right? And I didn't do anything. Maybe, you turned that down. I forgot. Yeah, that could be turned down. Okay, and that should be better. If I turn this down, I don't hear you.
Okay, no, you don't have to turn it down.
Okay, everything is good.
Everything's good.
Okay, that's good. How's the echo now? Is the echo better?
You won't know until I get upstairs.
All right, the echo should be. Okay, can anybody still hear me? There you go. So, anybody in the chat room, pick up Cole Hamels as a speculative move. Certainly, at this point in the season, it's not a bad move. It depends, as long as you don't have to throw anybody away. All right, there we go. All right, you're doing great. Thank you. Poncho, doing great.
La, la, la.
All right, there we go. I think that's better now, right?
Yeah, I don't hear any echo.
Okay, so we're talking about Cole Hamels, who's pitched only one game since 2019. He will be signed by somebody, and I'm not going to speculate and say the Yankees or the Mets, but certainly every team needs him, no question about it, right?
Right. Okay, so I'm just glad that we don't have an echo. That's great for me.
That's terrific.
Okay.
And of course, Jed Hoyer confirmed that he's the Cubs head of baseball operations. They are prepared to move players. Wow.
Yeah, no, they're sellers. He had to admit it the other day. They're sellers because they're just falling apart. But I mean, think about the National League Central, what you have going on here. Milwaukee's like 7 or 8 games ahead of everybody else in the division, but you don't see the Cardinals quitting, do you? You don't. You never see the Cardinals quitting. They never quit.
Nope.
So
Nope.
that's all there is to. Tristan McKenzie is the youngest Cleveland Indians pitcher to go 7 or more innings with 9 or more strikeouts and 1 hit or less since who did it in 1977? Genius
Dennis
of the day.
Eckersley.
Oh, that was a genius of the day.
He was the that you didn't tell me that. I thought you were asking me that.
Well, if you
Uh,
would wait till I'm finished talking, okay,
well,
then you
maybe
would
you should
know.
start talking a little quicker. I mean, gee whiz.
Okay.
Come on, you got to make your point. Make your point. It's like listening to you was like watching the Diamondbacks play against the Dodgers last night. All right. You know when the Diamondbacks last won a 9 inning game at Dodger Stadium?
Nope.
2018 in August. Right? Anybody
Okay.
giving any props to David Fletcher? Do you know what he's doing, by the way? Star
No.
Dog is here. Good morning to the great Star Dog. David Fletcher. He's having a great season. Doug Boyle is here. Good morning, Dougie. Star Dog's having a great season. I mean, David Fletcher. He's got a 22-game hitting streak.
Okay, good.
Here's the
I
genius
hear
of the
like
day.
an echo again. What is this happening? What is this? I don't hear it now. It's so
Okay.
weird why it comes on and off all the time.
Genius of the day. And if you get this right, we're going to give you a prize. Okay? Send an email, lennymelnick@gmail.com with your address. We'll send you something. Uh, David Fletcher has a 22-game hitting streak, the
Okay.
longest single season streak by any player since who?
Too bad he's not relevant in fantasy because he
No, he's
doesn't
not.
do anything else
He's not.
besides that.
Who is the player who had a 23-game hitting streak for the Angels? The last player to have a 23-game hitting streak for the Angels. Who is it? You know
Albert
who it is?
Pujols.
Nope. Don't even go there. Okay.
Okay, Mike Trout. Oh God.
Don't even guess. Don't even guess. What's wrong now? What's wrong? What's wrong?
I hear the echo. I don't know why.
Well, I don't know why either. But how come you do shows with everybody else and they're fine? You do one with me and it's not any good.
It's fine. I don't hear it now. For some reason, I don't hear it now.
Taiwan Walker replaced Jake DeGrom, as you said. Okay. And what a season he had. And you know the strangest thing in Tout Wars? I bid as much as I could. I didn't care if I ever picked up another player on getting Taiwan Walker. He was in the fab. And I missed out on him by $5. The other guy had so much more money than I did. But then he traded Taiwan Walker. So I don't get it, man. He got a 2.44 ERA.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right.
Okay. La la
And
la.
la la la. So who's the player who had a 23-game hitting streak? Who is the player who had a 22-game hitting streak before David Fletcher for the Angels? Okay. No
Okay.
cheating. Okay. And how about, oh boy, we talked about Acuna. Everybody talks about how the Braves and all the injuries. Has any team been hurt more? Was it Rod Carew? Any team been hurt more than the Braves? They lost right-hander Mike Soroka. He had successful surgery again to repair the torn right Achilles.
Oh my gosh. I cannot believe this poor guy and what he's been through this year with this Achilles. You know, I hurt my Achilles. I had to go and I had to wear a cast for 6 months. He already did that. This guy screwed up his surgery so bad. He had to go back in there and figure out what was wrong. They blamed it on the stitches. They said that his body didn't accept the stitches well. So they had to go back in and do surgery. And then after that, again, he's walking to the clubhouse and his freaking Achilles tendon rips in half. And now he's in surgery for the 3rd time. I would be like, doctor, you are going to be in court over this. This is ridiculous. This doctor could have ruined his career.
We interrupt this program for a bulletin. In the chat room, the answer is Garrett Anderson That is correct. Garrett Anderson is the chat room winner. So that's right. Right? Can
Yeah,
you
Gene for the day.
Garrett Anderson? Okay. So please, Brewer Jim, send me an email, lennymelnick@gmail.com with your name and address. You will get a prize that could change your life. Okay?
All
How
right.
about that?
Yep. Kiki Hernandez hit a home run. It was his fifth from the leadoff spot. Only Kyle Schwarber and Altuve have more home runs from the leadoff spot. It was also his fifth home run in the last 12 games. So Kiki Hernandez is on fire right now.
Kiki Hernandez, absolutely. Hernandez, look, it's just playing great. All right. Did you say his fifth homer in the last 12 games?
Yes,
Did
sir.
you say four of them in the first inning?
Lenny, why don't you listen to me?
Okay, that's a good
It was
idea.
actually his fifth home run from the leadoff spot this year.
Oh, his fifth? I thought it was four.
Okay, for Jonathan India, okay, we're going to talk
Yeah,
about him.
rookie is
In
a rookie is a rookie, but he's doing okay.
in 31 games since he was moved to the leadoff spot on June 5th. He's batting 298 with a 429 on base percentage. He has 25 runs. That's the third most in the National League over that stretch. And he's nearly walked as much as he's struck out, which is amazing for a rookie. He has reached base at least once in 27 of the last 31 games.
Yep. Okay. It's pretty interesting. By the way, these are the Nuggets. We do this every morning at 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Andrea's show is on Saturday at 1:30. Baseball, Sam. We'll be doing this on Sundays. So the lady, by the way, we need another name. We're not allowed to use the lady in the legend. Okay. Now on Monday, the podcast may be a little crazy. We're going to be doing it from the car. So
Yeah.
forgive us, but start joining us Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. if you can. It's going to be fantastic. And one of your boys, Carlos Martinez,
Yeah.
looks like he might be out for the season.
What happened to him?
Well, he's considering options for his injury, whatever it is, to repair. He's got a ligament problem. All right, so
A thumb
he,
problem.
yeah, thumb problem. Yeah, it's a ligament problem.
First of all, he shouldn't be on anybody's team to begin with right now. Okay.
Right.
He was my guy at the beginning of the year. I thought he could do well, and he does not do well lately. Okay. So Alex Reyes is the winner of that little debate we had, but Alex Reyes is doing well as the closer. Carlos Martinez was doing well as the closer too. He wanted to get back into the rotation, so they stretched him out, but he was not effective for fantasy purposes. And it doesn't really matter to anybody that he has this thumb injury. He was transferred to the 60-day injured list, but guess what? It's a blessing for anybody that had him on their team because now they could actually replace him with somebody that is beneficial, maybe.
What and what about your boy? You were very high, if I'm not mistaken, on Alex Manoah, right?
I loved what he did in spring. I found him in spring. I was like, holy moly, this guy is doing great. And then I watched him and he was doing great then. But he struck out 9 Tampa Bay Rays the other day. He's the fastest Blue Jay to 50 strikeouts uh, and tied also for the most strikeouts by a rookie in 3 starts, which is 25 strikeouts in the last 3 starts for Alex Manoah.
Wow,
He's
wow.
unbelievable. He's good.
All right, are you ready to go? Are you ready to go game by game? And by the way, what we do when we do a game by game, we tell you everything you want to know fantasy wise, as well as everything that you may not want to know. We don't just give you the good stuff. We give you everything you want to know. And if you have any questions about anything, and don't forget the most important thing when you talk about trades, don't wait any longer. It's halfway point in the season. It's probably even too long to have held on to your stuff. Make deals. But remember one thing when you're making a deal, okay, it's about the players. Who are they replacing, and who are you going to get to replace the players that are leaving? That's the name of the game, okay? So
Here
remember
we
that.
go. Start
Go
with
ahead.
Pittsburgh at the Mets yesterday. What do you think? I mean, Adam Frazier is going, right? He's probably going, right? Can we
Yes, he
agree
is.
on that?
Yep.
Alex Adam Frazier. Is his name Adam? Yes, Adam.
Adam.
He has been leading the league in hits all season long. He's been right at the top of the list, so I assume that he will get traded. And we talked the other day, or I did on Friday when I filled in for you. I talked about the potential places that Adam Frazier could be going, and the three teams that were on the list. One of them was the Mets, because they have some serious issues with the Mets. But the Mets, the White Sox, and one other team. Who was the other team? That's a trivia for you.
Well, there's a lot of teams. And you could just about put any team.
Okay, so
Any
yesterday
team would be in
Tyler
there.
Anderson pitches 5 innings, but that wasn't
Yes.
the best part of the game, right? He actually hit a home run with 2 outs in the fifth inning, and it broke the tie of the game off of Stroman. His count was 1-1, and he hits this ball. It was like, I don't know how far it went, like over 400 feet. It was
That's
crazy
right,
far.
Poncho. Excuse me, Adam Frazier could be going to the White Sox. That's another team. Go ahead.
I said that team.
All right, go
So
ahead. Yes.
anyway, it was Tyler Anderson's. It was only his second career home run in ever since ever, right? His last home run was actually for Colorado when he broke a tie in that game too, but he has not. That's his second home run in his career. The last
Right.
one was in 2016, and it was when was the last time a Pittsburgh Pirate hit a home run, a pitcher hit a home run for the Pittsburgh Pirates was September 2019. Okay.
And I'll tell you something else. Talk about the Colorado team. Trevor Story is another player that could be headed to the White Sox to play second base.
Yeah.
That's the rumor coming out. That Story to the White Sox playing second base. Now, John Nagowski, anybody have this guy? 12 hits through his first 5 games. That's the most by a Pirate hitter to begin the start of his team since 1913.
Okay.
1913.
Well, the Pirates aren't very good, dude.
Really? I didn't know that.
The Mets are playing so many doubleheaders this year. They just played in their 10th doubleheader and third just this week.
Yeah.
Kevin Pillar hit a RBI single, and Jonathan VR, he hit a home run. I'm so pleased by that because he hasn't done crap in the last month.
Well, he was banged up, He was banged up.
So here's the great news about Carlos Carrasco. I talked about him a little bit with Poncho earlier. Yesterday I talked about Carrasco pretty extensively, went through his ups and downs, just the fact that I'm hearing my echo again. So, okay. What is that, Lenny? What is it?
Maybe you should stop burping. I have no idea. I don't know. By the way, Brandon Nimmo, he is a very good a better baseball player than he is fantasy, unless you got an on base percentage. It made a terrific leaping catch at the wall, robbed Reynolds of another home run. All right, but Stroman was the disappointment. He lost his third straight decision, charged with 3 runs, 5 hits, and 5 innings.
Okay. So let's test it out. I still hear myself. And whatever you're doing, I can hear it coming through your computer.
Well, maybe I'm breathing. Typical female. It's always my problem. I'm sitting here doing nothing. And
Okay.
you're saying that it's my fault. I did nothing any different. 17th home run by Alonso, who defending his home run derby. What was that? Now I'm hearing it. What are you doing? Come on, baby. 17th home run, defending his home run. That home run competition should be pretty cool, right? That's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm taking Mancini.
You're taking Mancini. I'm taking Joey Gallo. Okay?
Keep talking. I'm coming down.
Joey Gallo. And of course, with McNeil for the Mets, first extra base hit since he doubled off of Tyler Glasnow back in the middle of May. Okay? Middle of May. The Mets played their 10th of 13 doubleheaders. The most doubleheaders since playing 13 back in 1979. So the Mets just keep doing it. Andrea is now here trying to fix something that's probably being caused by her own apparatus, but she insists that it's me.
Are you? Can I wonder if you can still hear me?
Well, I can't, I don't.
So
I'm.
listen, if you can't hear me, look here where you got to click.
Yeah.
See where the mouse is?
Where's the
It
mouse?
says muted right here, up here at StreamYard.
Where?
Up here at the top.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
See this? And if you can't hear me, then you'll click that, and it will say playing.
Okay. Go ahead.
I think this is it.
All right. Go ahead.
This is a problem.
All right. Go ahead. But I can't hear
Let me
anything in my
make sure
headphones.
that see, there it is. Is that it?
You know, anytime you do a podcast or a radio show, always check it out the day before. Okay. That's the new. Jay Stubbs says the new name for the show. I hear an echo. There's an echo. You-hoo. What song is that? Where is that from? That's from the Little Rascals, I think, right?
Hi.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Go. Let's go.
I'm
Okay.
trying to be ready. I want to find this sound.
Well, you don't do it now. You do it at a later date. Okay? Maybe you won't hear an echo if you don't do the show anymore. Okay? Maybe we should bring on Crystal Ball.
I think I figured it out.
All right, figured it out.
Ask them if they can hear you.
All right, can you hear me now? Can the chat room hear me? If she doesn't get it right, Crystal Ball's coming on. Okay?
Crystal Ball's better.
Crystal Ball's better. All right? Anybody hear me? Okay? Sound. How's the sound? Can you hear me now? Can you still hear me? Come on. Let's have some fan appreciation here, okay? I don't know what I'm talking about. How's the sound? How's the sound? Yes, they hear us. Okay.
They can hear us.
They can hear me. She's going back upstairs to screw it up again. All right, so that's good. So the Mets, Edwin Diaz struck out the side in the seventh, 19 saves and 20 chances. He's become an all-star, and away we go. So that's the end. All right, so let's pick it up with the Braves against the Marlins. And what can you say with Acuna having season-ending surgery? Not a very good thing. What?
Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you. Ridiculous, right? Of course I can't hear you. She comes down, push the button. I got it. There you go. All right. Now I can't tell if I can hear you because you're down here. Go back upstairs, will you please?
Okay.
Jesus, push the button. Can you hear me now? How can I not hear you if you're down here now? Fuck off. All right, there you go. Max Fried gave up 3 straight hits, but settled down. That's what I liked about Max Fried when I saw him in Arizona. Okay? I like that about Max Fried. Let's see. Can I hear you now? Say something.
I'm getting some exercise today, okay?
I can't hear you now either.
You can't hear me?
No, I can't hear you. It's ridiculous. And it's much better without you. Okay? I can't hear you.
Okay,
Can anybody hear Andrea?
Huh.
Is this a baseball show or a bad comedy? You decide, Brewer Jim. You decide. So Max Fried, who I like because of his composure, when I saw him in the Arizona Fall League, I will tell you, there were men on base. Team made errors. Things happened. But Fried never gave up runs. His composure was incredible. All right? She's trying to fix her sound. This is everything that we should have done yesterday.
That doesn't help anything.
It doesn't. It will. Because this will never happen again. Never. All right, what else we got?
Test your microphone.
I'm testing my microphone one more time. Okay, fuck.
That? Can you hear that?
Well, can I hear what?
This.
Yes. We're testing the sound again. Okay, there we go. All right, back to the action. Now she took a new name for the show. We have a new name for the show. All right, fuck off.
Okay.
All right, is that the good name? That's a good name for a show. So this is the most frustrating thing I've ever experienced.
Why do you have to complain so much?
Because I told you we should have done this yesterday. Go ahead. Just do it. Don't look at me. Fix it. This is ridiculous. All right. Thank you again to Brewer Jim, to Captain 15, to Captain 15 from the great state of Brooklyn. Dogman, Dougie Boyle is here. Eddie Heckman. Some great turnout by the people. Jim Stubbs, Malpal, Matty Hooper, Michael Anthony, Poncho, Star Dog, Terrific. Sound is okay for Eddie Heckman. Eddie Heckman, Mr. Baltimore. All right, can we get back to the action?
Yep. Just a second.
Just a second. Okay, thank you very much. Back to the action. Okay, back to the action. Now we're doing the. And by the way, Adam Duvall left the game with a mild intercostal soreness, so that's gotta hurt. Okay, we're up to Nationals in San Francisco. Andy, I can hear you now.
I really pray this works.
Yep, it did. I hear you. All right. Washington and San Francisco. Brandon Crawford, All Star, 3 hits, 18th home run.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's having a great season.
And the Giants ensured themselves of the best record in baseball at the break as they won 10-4. Do you think now I've made it many and I'll still stick with it that I think that the Giants are gonna struggle?
I don't think so. Oh, God damn it. I hear the fucking echo again. I can't. I don't know why this is happening. But whatever. Oh, now I can hear it like crazy. Why is this?
Because you fixed it. Maybe we're not doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Yet every Monday, everybody else goes on, but couldn't get me on. San Francisco 56-32.
Hello?
Yeah.
I don't hear it now.
All right, I do.
You hear an echo?
Yes, I do.
Well, I don't.
Yes,
So,
I do.
Now we'll trade places now.
He says now I can't hear anything. That's what it says in the chat room. What the hell are we doing?
I can hear.
All right.
How's
There
that?
you go. All right. I think that's better. I don't hear the echo anymore. Okay. I don't hear the echo.
Okay.
18 home runs by Crawford ties Jose Valentin's mark for the most home runs before an All-Star game by a shortstop. Crawford just came out of nowhere. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Crawford just came out of nowhere. I'm pretty sure the echo is complete. Okay. That's right. I'm
It's
pretty sure
completed?
it's go. Yeah, the echo's good now. Okay. DeSclafani, who's turned out to be a great pitcher. I have Gausman and DeSclafani
La la
on
la.
my.
La la la.
What is la 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 for?
I'm testing it.
Good. Maybe you should sing the national anthem before the next All-Star game. Lester won
Holy
5 out of 6 career starts against the Giants
Okay.
before, so he's not the same pitcher that he was. Okay.
I seriously think I fixed this bitch.
Okay, bitch. Joey Bart went 2 for 5 after being called up from AAA. What's your take on Joey Bart?
Lenny's echoing now. Oh my God, we're both echoing. This is so bad.
Just
But
talk
I'm
about
glad
Joey Bart.
You're echoing. You're the only one.
Talk about Joey Bart. Forget it. She's not talking about Joey Bart.
I don't know what you want me to say about the guy. I don't like him that much for fantasy. Jesus Christ. What do you want me to say?
That's what you say. Kevin Gausman goes against Eric Fetty. Reds in Milwaukee. You got anything to say about that?
I'm going to do something else. I'm going to continue to try to fix this because it cannot be. So just a minute. I'm taking you out of the picture. I'm seeing if I can hear myself echo, and I cannot hear myself echo. So it has to be you that is echoing. Now, how do I fix this without you screaming at me? I bet I could do it much better without you screaming at me. So I'm going to now. I don't hear the echo. Let's put Lenny back in and see what happens now. So, oh, I hear the echo again. So the deal is that I'm going to edit the mic settings here. I'm going to automatically adjust. All I do is hear myself. Okay. It's got to be something with you.
Echo and the Lenny Man. How about that for a game, for a new show? All right, is that better? Is that better?
No, I still hear myself. So let me just try.
Yeah, but all you do is blame it on me. But you hear yourself.
I'm not blaming anybody, Lenny. I don't hear it myself now, which is the
Okay.
weirdest thing because I don't hear myself echoing right now. So whatever it is that you're doing,
I'm
there's no.
sitting picking my nose.
I wonder if there's an echo for you still, and I might have to come back down there. So get ready for me.
It's perfect now.
I
Poncho
know this
says it's
is
perfect.
bullshit. It's total bullshit, Charles Lynch. You're right. It's bullshit. That's true. So if you don't like
Okay.
it, I'm sure there's other, you know. Now let's
Eugenio
just see.
Suarez hit a lead. This is, on Sirius, we didn't have these problems.
That's because we
You,
had producers who did this. And you know what? I don't care. Maybe it takes us a show to get figured out. I don't care. These people, if they don't like it, too bad. What am I supposed to
Eugenio
do?
Suarez hit a leadoff home run in the ninth against Josh Hader. Unbelievable. And you know who got the save for Cincinnati? Does
Who?
anybody remember
Oh
the
God.
legend saying that Heath Hembry,
Oh no.
okay, would be a good man to pick up? Heath Hembry, the number one draft pick out of Rice University, okay, by the San Francisco Giants as a closer, but it was about 10 years ago, right? Okay?
Yeah, at least 10.
Thank you, Colombo. Heath Hembry took care of the Brewers in the bottom half, his second consecutive save. Now, the crazy part, I touted Heath Hembry, and you know something? I was the only one in the entire fantasy baseball industry who touted Heath Hembry. But you know something else? I have Amir Garrett.
Okay.
I just had no room for Heath Hembry. Okay?
Then you don't like him that
Unbelievable.
much.
Freddie Peralta will be replacing Brandon Woodruff, as we said. Anything else about the Cincinnati Milwaukee game? I'm happy to announce that Mike Moustakas has made a slight improvement. Okay, he's got a right heel injury now.
Oh my gosh. So this is so.
So, with the win tonight, the Reds have taken 5 out of 6 from the Brewers, 24-13 against the National League Central. And they have 25 come from behind wins. Who leads the Major League Baseball in come from behind wins?
Seattle.
Right? Not Seattle. 29 come from behind wins. Who leads Major League Baseball? Anybody want to give that a shot? Okay? Anybody want to give that a shot? Lenny Melnick at gmail.com for a prize that could change your life. All right, Louis Castillo's pitching tonight. Andy, you jumping on his bandwagon?
Yes, I am. You know I am. I love Luis Castillo. He's my favorite of all time right now.
He goes against Brandon Woodruff tonight, and we'll see. And then moving on to the Cubs against the Cardinals. The Cubs lost for the 13th time in 15 games. And Javier Baez had 2 of the team's 6 hits. Okay? She's coming back yet. That's right. Brewer Jim wins again. Brewer Jim, the Boston Red Sox, have come from behind more than any other team in Major League Baseball.
Just keep talking.
I'm talking. So the Javier Baez had 2 of the team's 6 hits. The Cardinals actually homered off 3 pitchers during the 5-run 5th inning. Excuse me. Just let me scroll down a little bit. Goldschmidt had his 13th home run off of Zach Davies. I put Zach Davies in my lineup yesterday. I wish I didn't, as Crystal Ball is getting ready to join us.
Hi, Leonard. I'm just trying to fix this up a little bit.
Yeah, she's just trying to fix it up, okay? Tyler O'Neill. Paul DeJong hit a 2-run homer off Danny Winkler, okay? Tyler O'Neill's got a single. Matt Carpenter greeted Adam Morgan with a 2-run shot. Edmonds' second career pinch hit homer. It was a great day. As the Cubs entering the All-Star break, 500 for the below 500, 43-45.
I'm moving it.
There were season high 11 games over, so they got the Baez. I can't believe. Actually, I can believe they could. You know who could use Baez? The Chicago White Sox. Okay, what do you think, Pancho? What do you think the chances are that Yeah, Moustakas is walking in a pool of the Cubs trading Javier Baez to the Chicago White Sox to play second base. Wow. What do you, that the chances of that happening? Now you have Chris Bryant, who I will tell you, if Steve Cohen is really for real, the New York Mets will do whatever it takes to get Chris Bryant. Simple as that. And I do think that Anthony Rizzo, with his tenure on the Cubs, I don't think he's going to attract a lot of action, and I think that the Cubbies will do something that will enable Anthony Rizzo to stay with the Chicago Cubs.
Can you
I can't do anything because now you're blocking.
it all up?
Yeah, no, I can't talk about it.
Okay, just a
I
second.
just want to thank everybody for being here in the chat room. Don't forget, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Now, this coming Monday may be a little crazy because we're heading up to see my son upstate. We'll be in the car. Who knows? Sometimes we do our best shows that way. But 9 a.m. Eastern Time, we'll be here every day, 9
Let
a.m.
me see
Okay?
if I can hear you. If you can hear me now.
Okay, let's see. Okay? All right, let's see if I can hear you. You're sitting right next to me and you want to know if I can hear you. Okay?
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah. Okay,
You
let's
got
see
the
what
US
happens.
Okay, let's try.
Okay, let's see. Light rain fell through that game. The weather has been tremendous bad this year. Just bad. Okay? But that we all know. The weather all through baseball. Baez actually was removed top of the ninth. He jammed his thumb, but nothing special. The Colorado Rockies, Major League worst, 8-34 on the road. They are 2-3 on their current swing. That's the first time they've won more than one game on a road trip this season. Here's an interesting
Can you
one.
hear me?
I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Oh, it's just incredible. It's just freaking incredible. Interesting stat. The Colorado Rockies have more walk-offs at home than they have road wins. That is crazy. That's crazy. And they look at Petco Park before Marquez took over. All right, there's Colombo putting the picture up. Castellanos, Winker. Wow. Okay, trading deadline is the 31st of July. It's coming up. Absolutely coming up. Andy, you trying to get back in? The Dodgers and the Astros, the embarrassment continues. 22-1, the worst rout in franchise history. The Dodgers are the first team in Major League Baseball history to hit two grand slams in a game 2 times in the same season.
Keep talking.
I can't see. And the Dodgers had just an unbelievable. The first team in Major League Baseball to accomplish home runs, grand slams, separate, so many things. Okay, Josiah Gray. Remember this name. He retired each of the first 9 batters he faced through 38 pitches, pitching in El Paso. I'm telling you, this woman is totally out of control. And the Dodgers have already hit 8 grand slams this year, franchise record, and it's only July, okay? Scoot over a little, okay? So the Dodgers won just for the second time in their last 6 games, but this is the kind of game with Walker Buehler, 6 scoreless innings. Remember, we drafted him, what, 2nd round, 3rd round, Walker Buehler? Bingo. He didn't make the All-Star team until he was added. And Mookie Betts hit his 5th slam in the 7th inning. The Dodgers have 9 grand slams this year. Albert Pujols connected with his 7th and 8th. Andrea's out trying to help Crystal Ball Parker Carr. And Cole Calhoun was activated from the 60-day injured list, just in case we didn't know that. Okay, but I'm sure we did. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to move the microphone, so tell him to hold on.
All right, hold on 1 second, please.
You're muted. That's all there was to it. So talk
All right,
again.
can you hear me now? All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All right. She fixed the echo. She's just a genius. Fixed the echo by taking all the sound off. So if there's no sound, there's no echo, right?
Right.
All right, can you hear me now? Hmm.
They can hear you just a
They
minute.
can hear me.
Yeah.
According to who?
I can tell.
Yeah, Colombo said yes. All right, so they can hear me. But now I can talk because you have taken my notes down. And if you think that I know all this stuff without making notes, you're wrong. All right, Jay Stubb says that we have sound. So we're going to be driving tomorrow in the same car. And if you think this podcast is nuts, wait till you hear tomorrow. Okay?
Tomorrow's gonna be great.
I'll be going to be terrific. I'll be
I
driving.
hope you can hear me now.
All right, good. Let's just try. All right, there you go. Oh, there it is. There it is. We got the sound back. Sometimes this is the only show in history that it's better without the sound. Okay, there you go. Astros and the Yankees since 2018. Garrett Cole has 7 games with 12 strikeouts and no runs. That's the most in Major League Baseball. And at Minute Maid Park, in his last 17 games, his
Hey.
team has won 16 times.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
You can't hear
Hopefully,
me.
when are we coming to Chicago? We will be in Chicago. Um,
You can't hear me.
12th, 13th, and 14th. That's where we'll be in Chicago of the month of August. Okay. What is it now? She's walked up and down the steps more times. I thought this was a podcast, not an exercise program. Okay. All right. Not an exercise program. So Cole, it was interesting. I don't know if anybody saw it when Boone came out to take him out. Cole demanded that he stayed in. He got the final out and he struck out Jordan Alvarez. So much was said yesterday by Garrett Cole. Um, Good performance. Everybody's thinking he would not be that pitcher that we coveted because of the sticky stuff and very difficult. Very difficult. All right, let's see if this works. So they're on my head. They're on my ears. Over my ear. Where do you think they would be? Up my nostril? They're not over my ears. Holy mackerel. Aroldis Chapman began warming up, but he couldn't get in. All right, let's see. Cole bounced back from permitting 4 runs in 3 innings for his shortest start
Can you hear me?
since 2016.
You're fucking
It was
kidding.
a very important
Can you hear
game.
me?
And Zach Greinke lasted only 4 innings. And Crystal Ball has just come in.
Oh, you can hear me?
Okay, Crystal Ball is here.
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
that's all right. That's the name of the show. Sticky situations.
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
all right. Sticky
La
situations.
la la.
Big Al and the Prowl has just joined us. Good morning to Big Al.
So I'm just wondering if you
Andrew,
hear
are
me.
you talking?
Yes.
Let's see. Maybe Crystal Ball can do better than you. Okay,
Yeah.
Crystal Ball.
Okay.
Brandon Lau finding he homered twice. Zanino hit another home run. Ryan Yarborough in 5 innings. Lowe has 4 career multi-home run games, including against the Blue Jays. And Marcus Semien, wow, 22nd home run from Marcus Semien. Joey Wendell made the All-Star team. I'm going to give Andrea a lot of credit for touting Joey Wendell. The Rays are the Major League's best, 34-17, 21-4 at home since May 13th. Tampa Bay has allowed 3 runs or less 50 times. That leads the American League. What are you doing?
Keep talking.
Keep talking. Sounds wonderful. Okay, very good. Robbie Ray goes tonight against Rich Hill. Eloy's coming. Pokes a home run of Class A. First rehab game. Chicago has won 9 of the last 12, has taken 7 in a row from the Orioles. And Brian Goodwin, holy mackerel, hit cleanup for the sixth straight game. That's unbelievable. But Eloy's coming. Crystal Ball is coming. Who would you rather have, Eloy or Crystal Ball? For me, it's Eloy. Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you
No,
hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
Okay, so I'm going to have you do this. I'm going to
I
have
can't
you.
hear you.
Okay, I'm coming down.
Baltimore's lost 3 in a row, 1-6 in July, and Lucas Giolito struck out 9, walked 2, and 5 in the third. He beat the Orioles. That's the second time I think he beat the Orioles.
Okay, get that off.
Get this off. I'm taking the headset off.
Put
Okay?
these in.
Putting these in. Okay? Okay. All right, now I hear. Now I hear. I'm supposed to hear myself, right?
No,
Well,
just a second.
okay, just a second. Time out.
Okay, now it's you and me, baby. You and me.
Okay, it's you and me. Giolito struck out 9. Want to make sure the sound is great. Sound is great, Pancho. Thank you. Crystal Ball is here. Let's get her hooked up because obviously the roto lady can't handle it. She can't handle it. Okay. 9-inning doubleheaders. Absolutely.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh my goodness.
How's the sound now?
I
All
think
right.
I think I fixed it because I got you on a different device completely.
Absolutely. All right. How's the sound,
Oh,
everybody?
I
This
think the
could
sound-
be it. I think we got it.
Yeah.
It's Crystal Ball who made the
Oh my
difference.
goodness. This is going to be so great if I accomplish this. Okay.
Okay.
I really hope I did.
Let's
Can you
see.
guys hear me? I don't hear any echo, and this is just wonderful for me.
Sound is great, Malpal says. All right. There you go. Thank you, Mal. Perfect. Crystal Ball clear. Thank you there, Michael Anthony. We can hear you both. And now we're going.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. Okay.
So I just wanted to say thank you for being here, everybody. We'll see you again. No, I'm sorry. All
Okay,
right.
now let's get started. Okay, let's get started. We're going to talk about what games are we on? What games?
Detroit and Minnesota. And then we got Crystal Ball coming up.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay, Crystal Ball, she's the one that fixed all this nonsense.
Thank you, Crystal Ball. Eloy went 2 for 4 yesterday. All right, Detroit and
Eloy,
Minnesota.
Eloy's not playing.
He's playing in A ball. He had a home run. Went 2 for
good
4.
for Eloy.
Right?
Wait a minute. If he's playing an A ball right now, that means he's on. I mean,
He's on his way back after the All-Star game. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead. Detroit, Minnesota. You had Polanco hitting a go-ahead 3-run homer in the 7th inning. How about that one?
Alex Kirilloff homered for Minnesota.
Right. You're right.
So, and Luis Arraez, he could be okay. He's what we call a pure hitter, right, Lenny? He likes
second base. Yeah, he gets on base.
He gets on base. He's not going to hit a ton of home runs or steal a bunch of bases, but he will get on base. He will hit for a decent average, right? As long as he has a spot to play, which it looks like he does.
And Drelton Simmons snapped an 0 for 19 thing. The Twins have won their first 3 games of a series against the Tigers. 1 remaining game. So Minnesota, any chance Minnesota could bounce back?
No, unfortunately, it's too late for them, and that is really unfortunate. And I actually held on to hope for quite a long time with these guys, but when you start to see at the All-Star break that they have a single-digit percentage chance of making the playoffs, then you have to be realistic here.
Right. Okay, and Nelson Cruz stole his second base of the year.
I love Nelly Cruz. So earlier, before the season, we do a lot of work trying to get ready for the season, looking into players and stuff. And our friend who's in the chat room now, Malpal, I said to him, you are spending way too much money. It's a keeper league. He wanted to buy Nelson Cruz back for $35 or something like that. And I was like, dude, it's one of those things where he is at this age where just one day the wheels are going to fall off. And, I'm thinking, what can you get for $35 at the draft, And I mean, Nelly Cruz, he was adamant about keeping Nelly Cruz. And I was like, I don't know, dude. And he was right. And Nelly Cruz deserves some love in this world. He deserves some real fantasy love because he is a set it, forget it player if there ever was one. And good going, Nelly Cruz. How many home runs is that for Nelly?
I don't know.
He stole his second base, so he didn't even hit a home run. But whatever, he hits all the time. Every day he hits.
She's
Okay,
back. Okay,
he doesn't steal.
No more Mazzaro was scratched Saturday. He has been one of the major disappointments. I predicted that he would do pretty good,
Rocco
and
Baldelli is getting married.
oh, terrific! Jose Berrios going to get the start in the final. That means he will not pitch in the All-Star game. But what do you think? Where do you think Jose Berrios is going to wind up?
I hope he goes to Toronto because I would love to see Toronto win the American League East. I would really love to see that. And I think they're just one good pitcher away. Wherever he goes, I really like Berrios. I was high on him going into the season, and he is having a good, very under the radar, good season. He's got a 3.36 ERA now, and he is going to pitch today. I just think I wish he would really break out because he's fun to watch, and he's got, I don't know, I just feel like his talent isn't fully exposed yet. But maybe with a change of scenery, going to Toronto or there's several teams that could invest in him, right? I mean, I think the Angels are going to be sellers and the Mariners are going to be buyers. So maybe,
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, ooh. But
no, that's good. It's a
look
bold
at the
prediction.
standings. Just look at the standings. They speak for themselves.
Kansas City and Cleveland. Cesar Hernandez, who I would have drafted for stolen bases. I don't know. Does he have any stolen bases this year? Last I looked, he didn't have any. 15 home runs in the first half. The only other Indian second baseman who has ever done that was Carlos Baerga. Joe Gordon in 1948 had 17. But I got to tell you, Hernandez and Oscar Mercado each hit 3-run homers. And I'll think, look, the momentum. They have back-to-back walk-off wins. Cleveland making a remarkable attempt to hang in there with no pitchers.
Okay, I wanted to go back really quick because I had a player to talk about which is Wiley Peralta. Do you remember him? He was probably drafted the same year that your boy Heath Hembry was drafted. Okay,
maybe.
But let me just tell you, he was in Saturday Baseball yesterday because I feel like there's a couple pitchers that you should be watching just for streaming purposes. Like I don't think you should go out and grab this guy and expect him to be like a great pitcher for you. But he is going to pitch today. Okay, keep an eye on him. He threw 5 innings and he had no earned runs against Cleveland on June 30th. And then he threw another scoreless innings, 7 of them, without any walks against Texas on July 5th. In his last 14 2/3 innings, he has 2 walks, 11 strikeouts, and no earned runs. He could be somebody to stream. I mean, like I said, this guy was probably drafted the same year as Heath Hembry, but he could be somebody to stream. And also, Fulton Newich is another one to keep an eye on. He could be somebody to stream too because he is going 7 innings. And this is becoming more rare and more rare. Fewer and further between is what we're seeing with these starters going deep into games. You got a guy here in Fulton Newich who absolutely he pitches the innings. So in points leagues, he is something to pay attention to. Did you already talk about Colorado?
Yes.
Well, let me just throw in Kyle Freeland, who is the other guy to watch, okay? He's on the watch list. Kyle Freeland. I understand that he's pretty bad. If you look at his overall ERA, it's disastrous, I'm sure. He left his last start with a blister, so that's also something to pay attention to, but he's got plenty of time for this blister to heal up. And I'll just tell you, in his last 4 starts, 22 innings pitched, he has 20 strikeouts, a 1.64 ERA, a 1.09 whip, and 17 hits, and I said 22 innings. That's his last 4 starts. Now, this guy pitches much better at home, and I wouldn't even pitch him on the road because the Rockies give no run support on the road. So Kyle Freeland could be a great streaming option when he's at home because the Rockies are hitting at home. That's all there is to it.
To answer the question in the chat room, I think Mercado is an excellent pickup if you could take him off the waiver wire. Right? Kansas City has dropped 15 out of 18, 17 under 500. Salvatore Perez is playing great. Mercado had 3 hits, drove in 4 runs. I would say that he's a great pickup if you can get him.
Mercado, yeah. Well, can I go back to Eloy for a second? Because I got my Eloy notes pulled up too.
Go ahead, Eloy.
With Eloy and Luis Robert, these two. Okay. Eloy Jimenez. I was reading at The Athletic. They do a great piece, a column that they put out like every couple weeks on injuries and like expected recovery time, optimal recovery time, and stuff like that. And I always read these because I find them very interesting. It's an actual doctor, not just some idiot spouting off stuff like we do, like I do anyway. Anyway, so they say he was cleared to do baseball activities 3 weeks ago, and this article was just put out like a couple days ago. But it's really the thing about Eloy. Yes, he hit a home run in high A. He's back. He had his first rehab game. That's exciting, of course. I don't know, man. If I had Eloy or whatever, I might try to trade him at the moment because I know that he's very exciting to a lot of people and he is going to be helpful in fantasy. And obviously he's on his way back, but this doctor says that this is going to affect his power when he is back in the lineup, and the chances of him aggravating this injury again, they could really be pretty big. The chances of him aggravating. I mean, I don't know. This goes against everything that's happening because he hit a home run yesterday. So that goes completely against what this doctor said at the Athletic, which you can take it for what it is. I mean, it's high A, so there's a big difference between these two. But if I had Eloy on my team and somebody was interested in him, I would probably trade him away as quickly as possible. I know I like the guy too, but
well, would you trade Shane Bieber, who had some crankiness in his shoulder on Friday? That is a sign. If I had Shane Bieber, I would try to find somebody who thinks he's coming back, and I would trade him.
I gotta say, dude, this guy isn't even ready to come back though. He's not even gonna start throwing for. Did he actually start throwing?
He felt some crankiness in his sore shoulder while throwing with weighted balls on Friday.
So he hasn't even started throwing from a mound or throwing.
Nothing.
Yeah, Bieber is a scary situation.
Dude. Also, Carlos Santana injured his left wrist in the first inning, but he stayed in the game.
Because he's a trooper, okay? You know that Buxton, let me tell you about Buxton.
Yeah, go ahead. Crystal ball coming up in just a few minutes, so hang in there.
Buxton, I find out yesterday as I'm diving deep into the injury situations on my team, I'm looking at Buxton, and he's having just a great year. He's everything that we thought he was, as long as he's healthy, which is the famous last words of everybody. This guy got hit first of all, he was only back for 3 games, okay? The third game back, he gets hit by pitch in his hand. It breaks his hand, and he stays in the game. He decided that he was going to stay in the game for 2 more innings he played in that game, and then he finally came out. And I think to myself, holy moly, this guy, he's willing to play through injury because he is so sick and tired of being out injured all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But, players do that all the time. I just thought it was interesting. That's how tough he is. He literally played with a broken hand for 2 innings after he got hit.
Really?
Go on.
Well, a lot of stuff. As I said, crystal ball coming up in just a few.
What's crystal ball going to talk about today?
You'll see. Seth Brown. Did you see that home run he hit? It was the farthest home run by an Athletic since 2018. Matt Olson hit a long one. This beat Matt Olson's home run by a little bit. So Seth Brown, just a home run hitter.
I'm going to take Mancini, and then my second alternate pick for the home run derby is Matt Olson.
Matt Olson.
Who are you going to pick?
I'm picking Joey Gallo to win it, and backup would be Ohtani. Okay?
Okay, Joey Gallo. You're taking Joey Gallo and Ohtani. Well,
that's right.
Seth Brown actually now has 10 home runs, so he reached double-digit homers now.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. Jed Lowry, former Met, who never played in the game, hit a tie-breaking RBI single in the 11th inning.
Nobody cares about Jed Lowry.
He had a home run. I do. As a Met fan, it's the most disgusting thing in the history of baseball.
Why?
He played for the Mets for 3 years and didn't even get that bat. Now he's an all-star. It's unbelievable. The A's had the most runs since June 22nd. They scored, 13 runs? Unbelievable. All right? 5 solo home runs before the game went into extra innings.
5 solo home runs,
yep.
The A's?
Yep.
Are they competing right now? I got to pull up the standings.
Well, they're 4-3 in extra innings. Texas is, of course, out of it. And, Joey Gallo did some practice for the home run derby before the game. So
Oh,
how
you
about
did.
that?
How do you practice?
I guess you have somebody just toss balls into you and you try to hit home runs.
Are they
You
gonna?
don't
Are
do
all the
that.
kids gonna be in
You
the
don't do
outfield?
that in batting practice. This is home run practice. You may talk now.
Are all the kids gonna be shifting on Joey Gallo when he goes out there? Are they gonna shift on him? Because he's one of those hitters. You can't
Yes,
hit.
they can. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways,
Okay, Chris Bassett. All
you
right,
don't know
we
what the
said
shift is, you idiot. You're an
all
idiot.
the kids are going to shift. What does that
Yeah,
mean?
they're all gonna stand on the one side of the field because he only hits balls to one side of the field.
Well, then that's what they'll do.
Dummy.
Okay. Chris Bassett, 9-0 over his last 16 starts. That's the longest winning streak in the majors. Did you know that?
I don't
Don't
care.
think so.
I don't
Uh,
care.
Chris Flexen, another
Hold
former
on a
Met.
minute. Jesus, are we
Go
having a
ahead.
conversation or are you just telling everybody I didn't really need to fix the sound anyway?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Adolis Garcia, my favorite pickup earlier in the season, and then I had to bench him because he wasn't doing good. But did you mention that he hit a home run yesterday?
No, that was supposed to be your job.
Well, Joey Gallo and Garcia, they both hit in the first 3 pitches of the game. 3
Okay.
pitches, 2 homers.
Right?
Guess who was pitching?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
Well, how do you ask guess who is pitching and you don't know who is pitching?
I thought that you knew what was going on.
It was Caprion, right? I don't
He's
even know what you're
back. I know
talking about.
he's definitely back up. So
Oh, thank you very much. Can we
You're
go on
welcome.
to the Angels and the Mariners, and then we'll get the crystal ball in, okay? Sandoval struck out 6. Good pitcher.
It
You
was
picked.
yeah.
Go ahead. You can talk.
No, please.
No, you go. I don't have to finish my sentences. You go.
I just found the pictures for yesterday's game. That's all. It doesn't really matter. Go ahead. You've already moved on to the next game. So
You have Sandoval. Did you pick him up?
I did pick him up, but I think I've since dropped him because he sucks.
Struck out 6, gave up 6 hits over 7 innings.
I like Flexen, though. He could be okay. I love little Logan Gilbert, okay?
Okay.
So I do like Chris Flexen, though. I'm talking serious now. 3 hits in 7 innings, okay? Got another win at home. Seattle Mariners have one of the best baseball parks for home pitchers, no doubt about it.
Okay. Very
And I
good.
think that the Mariners are going to be buyers, dude. They got a team full of young people. They're going to probably trade. But right now, I don't think they can. How can they trade Haniger? I know that, remember that leaked audio of that guy that was talking about how they leave their prospects in the minors and all this? And come to find out, Mr. Superstar wasn't even ready to begin with. What's his name? That little rookie that came up this year.
Kalenic.
Way before he was ready mentally because his
Yep.
attitude is horrible. He thinks he's the greatest thing ever, but he got taught a big lesson. So anyways,
Another former Met. Go ahead.
that one of the things that manager said in that conversation that nobody was talking about because they were too busy talking about how annoyed they were that this guy speaks truth out loud while everybody whispers it behind the backs of everybody. But we all know what's going on in baseball. They leave the prospects down there for a reason. And if MLB continues to have rules like this that are designed for the ownership to leave their prospects down in the minors, that's what's going to happen. So quit acting surprised at this guy. But anyways, he said a lot of stuff in that conversation. And one of the things that he said was that Mitch Haniger is going to be excellent, that he's going to hit a bunch of home runs, which he is doing, and that they were going to be marketing Haniger. Now that if they're buyers, though, that has to kind of change, right? They wouldn't market Haniger if they're buyers. They need him.
Absolutely. Seattle's got an outside chance, and I think Seattle is going to be more in contention for a playoff spot than the San Francisco Giants.
Oh,
you want to make a bet out of that?
Yes, I will.
You want to make a bet? I say Seattle contends more than the Giants in the second half of the season.
Bring it on. They have Wilmer. Right. I love Wilmer.
Xander Bogaerts hit a solo homer for the Red Sox. They've lost for the 4th time in 15 games. Longest win streak at Fenway Park since 2011. What about these Red Sox? We're going to ask Crystal Ball what she thinks. So just
can you go
hold
back
on
to
a second.
Why are you already going on to the next game? I wanted to talk about Ohtani because Madden.
Go ahead.
You know Joe Madden. Did you talk about the fact that Joe Madden came out and said that when asked about what Ohtani's role is going to be, in the All-Star game, he says he's not permitted to tell you.
Yeah.
And the role in the second half, what do you think? They said that Joe Madden said this. I believe we might want to be more vigilant with hitting and pitching on the same day. Vigilant. What does that mean? Vigilant. Does that mean that
Listen, he's not going to say anything, but you were right. You said something last week. If I have Shohei Ohtani on my team, I'm marketing him. There is no way that unless the Angels are in contention, Shohei Ohtani's work is going to be reduced. Big time.
absolutely? There's no
Big time.
question.
Big
Even
time.
if they're contenders, his work is going to be reduced. It's like if they're going to make the playoffs, they have to keep him somewhat healthy, right? So, but I don't think that they're going to make the playoffs. I really don't. And in that case, when they do finally accept that they're not going to make the playoffs, Ohtani is not. I just don't think either way he's going to be used as much. And you got out of Ohtani already a whole year's worth of stats. So find somebody that's excited about Ohtani and trade him because I promise you that he will not put up the same stats in the second half that he has in the first.
But is he having, in your opinion, the greatest year
I love him.
in the history of baseball?
Yes, I think he's in the history of my lifetime.
You think so?
I know so, dude.
All right. I think he is. No
He's
question
having
about it.
Don't you think so? This
Yes,
guy,
I do.
he's on pace for 60 homers.
Best in the history of
Plus,
baseball.
he steals base like a crazy man.
You ready for the Phillies and the Red Sox?
Okay, I guess.
Gene Segura, Alex Bohm, both hit home runs.
Gene Segura is a disappointment again.
He's been hurt. He got 3 hits yesterday and 3 RBIs. So he's coming on. So, and as
Big
the Phillies
freaking doob. Whoop-de-doo.
the Phillies go into the break at 500 if they win today.
The Phillies scored 8 runs yesterday in the 8th inning.
Okay.
They're not striking out as much as they were striking out.
The problem with the Phillies, they're starting pitchers. They've got an ERA of over 5 on the road.
Well, it sure isn't Zach Wheeler doing that. Zach Wheeler is excellent.
Although his last start was not that great. They got a solid 3 ERA at home, but on the road they're not good.
Aaron Nola's not good.
They got a 5. Aaron Nola is gonna go against Nick Pivetta today. We'll see. Pivetta coming off 10 strikeouts in 7 innings in his last start.
Pivetta, whatever. Pivetta used to pitch for Philly, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So I think that'll be a good game. Definitely today to watch that game. That'll be a good game. So, all right, moving on. Are we moving on to the next game? What about Perez? He only lasted 3 2/3.
All right. This is the last game. So whatever you got, throw it up.
Time to dump Martin Perez, okay? Do not give this guy a long leash. He is not worthy of your leashes. But Verdugo, I love. I think he's a great hitter.
Okay.
And what else? Let's see. That's all I got.
That's the last game. So you want to recap with anything that you left off while you were fixing everything?
Well, yeah. What do you mean that's the last game? That's it?
I did all the games, yes. When you were fixing.
You did not do all the games.
All the games. We're done.
How many games were there, Leonard?
I don't know, but I did all the games.
Fine. If you want to talk to Crystal Ball, that would be good. Or I could tell you some players to be interested in for this weekend that we talked about yesterday.
Who are the players we should be interested in? Crystal Ball's getting ready. So you got about a minute and a half. Go.
Oh, okay. I say don't even bother with Vidal Brujan, dude. I know he's exciting, all this. Actually, Tampa really has their minor league guys because they have 3 minor league shortstops that were ready to come up at the beginning of the season, so they played them all kinds of places. Vidal Brujan should qualify at multiple positions because he's played in the minors, second, third, shortstop, and outfield. But so far in the majors, he was called up on Wednesday, sent down on Thursday, called back up on Friday. He played 3 games, 2 in the outfield and 1 at second base so far in the majors. And he does take walks and he doesn't strike out a ton. That is in the minors, though. We'll see how it works out in the majors. So far, so good. But I would rather pick up Starlin Castro.
Okay.
Because Starlin Castro is not going to get you a ton of home runs or stolen bases. That's just not the guy that he is. Okay. But he will get on base. He qualifies at third and second, and he's doing well in the last 10 games. He's got 10 RBIs and 7 runs and 486 batting average. .537 on base percentage. So I mean, if the team, so goes the player, in that saying that you do.
Yep. As the team goes, so goes the player.
So I would say that I would rather put him on my team than a prospect. And Candelario, okay, I don't know. I mean, you have to be pretty desperate for Candelario. But Eric Haas, Detroit Tigers, supposed catcher, he qualifies a catcher, but he's actually a left fielder, and he bats number 3 in the lineup. Not a great lineup, but seriously, this guy is the first pick for catcher if you have a problem at catcher, like with Yasmani Grandal and all these. Eric Haas is playing every day left field, and he qualifies at catcher. That's it for that, is all I'm going to say. What else?
Okay,
That's
so
it. Crystal Ball ready.
let's
I'm
bring
ready.
on Crystal Ball. Come on in, Crystal Ball.
I'm just
Just
happy
kick her out.
I'm so happy we fixed the sound. Okay.
All right, are you here, Crystal Ball?
Yeah, I'm getting drunk.
All right, Crystal Ball is here. Good morning, Crystal. How you doing?
I'm getting drunk. How's your Sunday?
Good. I'm doing good, Crystal Ball. Okay, nice to have you aboard. Crystal Ball is here. Okay, spent 7 months on Sirius Radio, predict everything Crystal Ball said happened.
Well,
unbelievable. Nobody in the history of anything has done better than Crystal Ball. So
that's not true.
We talk about the home run derby. Who's going to win the All-Star game, Crystal Ball? The National League or the American League?
The National League. They're better.
You think the National League is better?
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because because if I think about who's better, the National League or the American League, I think Fernando Tatis. I think like these players that aren't going to actually be there. Vladdy Jr. is not going to be there for the American League, because when I say the National League is going to win, the first thing I think of is, wait a minute, what about Bo Bichette? What about Vladdy? What about like these youngsters that are over in the American League? None of them are playing in it. So I don't know. It's going to be lame. The All-Star game is lame.
Crystal Ball here. Big Al wants to know, what about Bender in Miami? And we talked about that earlier. Crystal Ball, you agree? Bender is going to be the closer, right?
Yeah, if Yimi Garcia gets traded, which we think he will. But if he doesn't, then Bender, is not the closer. That's all there is to it.
Okay. Well, I think he still will be the closer, because if Yimi doesn't get traded, it's his last year.
It doesn't matter.
I think Bender's going to get a lot of saves.
What, from here on?
Yeah, that's right. No matter what, I think it's Bender.
First of all, that's not true. It's just not true. That's not the case.
We'll see, Crystal Ball.
Garcia is the closer, and if he gets traded, then Bender will be the closer.
If he doesn't get traded, Bender will still be the closer, because they're going to lose him at the end of the year, and they want to give Bender a chance to see what he's got. Right?
Wrong.
The Atlanta Braves.
We already know what this guy has.
Okay, the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves. Maybe with the Acuna injury, they lost Marcell Ozuna. They lost Mike Soroka. There is no team that has been hurt by injury more than, I don't care about the quantity. What about losing Acuna, Ozuna, Travis d'Arnaud, and Soroka? Are you kidding me?
No, Cleveland's been worse off with the injury.
No, I think Atlanta's been worse off. So
Cleveland
you tell
lost
me.
Franmil. They lost their whole rotation.
Ozuna,
Atlanta's problem
Soroka,
is their bullpen.
No, it's not their problem.
Oh, it is.
No, it's not. So tell me, will Atlanta make the playoffs?
First of all, Atlanta is not in the spot they are now because Acuna got lost. He just got hurt, dude. So whatever they're doing now is a result of what they've been doing in the last couple months. Acuna's been perfectly fine the last couple months. So they're second in the National League East. Atlanta, they're number 2. They're 4 games back from the Mets.
Good. Okay.
Atlanta's problem, they've won 3 in a row. So I don't know what you're saying about it. You think
Speaking of the Mets, the Mets hold on, and they've been doing well without Francisco Lindor. Will Francisco Lindor be a star in the second half?
Yes.
And will the Mets hold on?
The Mets will hold on, and they will have Lindor perform better. And that's my hope.
What about Pete Alonso? You think he'll win you think he'll be competitive in the home run derby?
Yes, of course. He won last year. How can I
Okay.
not think he's going to be competitive? Anybody without a crystal ball knows that.
By the way, Big Al goes with the legend on Bender. Sorry, Crystal Ball.
Go ahead.
Okay. The
Why don't you
Phillies?
pick up Heath Hembury while you're at it and see how far that goes?
Yeah, it would go pretty good if you could do it. Now, do you think Aaron Nola is going to get traded if the Phillies fall out
No.
of contention by the end of July?
Okay, no. The answer is no. They cannot trade Nola when they have $350 million Harper on their team. They cannot be sellers. They have to be either buyers or nothing. They have to either just throw this year in the trash and start over next year, but they cannot get rid of Nola. No
Okay.
way.
Is there any hope this season? We see, Juan Soto made the All Star team.
Okay.
A little surprised at that. He was appointed. Any chance that Victor Robles is going to bounce back from his funk and become even part of the player we expected?
Holy moly. I had a lot of high hopes for this guy going into the season. A lot of hopes for Victor Robles. I read all about him. I learned all kinds of things. Apparently, he's got a great work ethic. He was working in the off season last year or 2 years ago in 2019. He was all hyped up to hit for more power. Everybody loves the long ball. That's what he was trying for, and he wanted to do that, but that really hurt his agility on the base paths and stuff. And so he stopped trying to be the buffest, lost a couple pounds, like it was all muscle anyways, but it was hurting him on the base path. And heading into this season, I would have bet money that he was going to get it done, and he has not gotten it done. I absolutely think that there's a chance that he could pull it together, but I would not be having him active on any fantasy roster until he starts doing that. I mean, maybe bench him or whatever until he does, if you have room. But if it came down to, do I have to make this guy active or not? Hell no, am I making Robles active. Last night, John Garofalo reached out to me on Facebook, and he wanted to talk to me about making a trade for next year, right? He wanted to know about Maeda, Sonny Gray, Zach Gallen, and I was like, hell, you're going to get all three of these players. He has to trade away Brian Hayes and Max Muncy.
Oh boy.
And then Victor Robles was a throw-in, and it really made me start thinking about Victor Robles a little bit. And I thought, man, this guy is just having the worst. I mean, I would have never thought. This is probably the biggest surprise for me of all. Although last year, Victor Robles, even though he had a decent season, his contact rate was down significantly, and that should have been a red flag for me going into this season. Plus, his strikeouts were like way high last year. He's actually striking out less and walking way more than he did last year, which is weird. And his contact rate is up. So I do think there's hope for him, although I'm not going to put my money on it.
All right, where are you putting your money? Number one,
where am I putting my money?
Will Craig Kimbrell get traded? And number two, what team will acquire Craig Kimbrell from the Chicago Cubs?
Okay, well, Chicago doesn't need him, and San Diego doesn't really need him, but maybe San Diego. No, I don't think so. Maybe somebody that's going to contend that needs a closer.
Yeah, and who do you think that could be? Could it be
Toronto?
You think it could be that? That to me makes the most sense. Toronto, looking
Seattle?
for that closer. What I looked.
Who else? Houston has a closer.
Yep. What team? There. How about the Red Sox? I know Barnes is doing good, but
no, because they have Ottavino.
Think...
Ottavino's helping out too now.
Right. Okay. Who else?
I don't think that.
So, final answer: where will Craig Kimbrell go?
Okay, it's not going to be the Mets. It's not going to be it's not going to be in the NL Central. Let's see, NL West. Dodgers, no. San Diego, no. San Francisco, no. They're doing okay with their closer situation. Let's do American League real quick. Go through the teams.
Come up with a team.
American League.
We're looking to see where Craig Kimbrell is going to wind up.
Who's the other teams compete? It's got to be Seattle, Toronto. In the Central, you have the White Sox don't need him. The Twins aren't going to be buyers, and there's no other team in the Central that could get him besides The White Sox, in my opinion. I don't think
Right.
any other team in the American League Central is going to be buying. And then you go to the American League East, and you have this huge balloon that popped over there for Yankees bullpen.
Yep.
Aroldis Chapman has been a nightmare. But how can they be buyers when their team is so bad? They can't hit
It can't
half
be.
the
There
time.
can't be buyers with Chapman. There can't be.
I don't think the Red Sox need a closer like Kimbrel. Plus, would Kimbrel even go back to that team after they treated him the way they did? They totally just dissed him.
Okay.
Okay, no, I don't think it. Maybe the Rays could get him. No, because they're not willing to spend enough money. So it's either I
Right.
don't know who's going to be willing to spend the money on Kimbrel. He's expensive. The Cubbies do not have to trade him. He has a $16 million contract option next year. The Cubbies have an option for him, and they just don't have to sell him. But another closer that could be great buy for teams is Richard Rodriguez for the Pittsburgh
We're not
Pirates.
talking about him yet. Let
Okay.
me ask the questions, okay?
All right.
All right. So, okay. And now
You're
over
so
since,
annoying.
Yeah, I know I'm annoying. I live with you. Who's
I
going to
know.
get more saves from in the second
Believe
half
it.
of the season?
I-
Amir Garrett or Heath Hembry?
Oh, Lordy.
Come on.
I hate Heath Hembry.
Well, who's going to get more saves?
I hate him.
Who's going to get more saves?
TJ Antone.
You're an idiot.
I like TJ Antone. I hope
Amir Garrett or Heath Hembry?
I'm not
That's the
gonna-
question.
It's stupid Hembry.
Hembry.
Because Amir Garrett has had his chance to get the job done, and he has not chosen
Okay.
to do it. There's
And
nobody
that's fine.
that had a bigger chance than Amir Garrett to get the freaking job done, and he absolutely sank the ship.
Will Willie Adames continue his hot streak and carry the Milwaukee Brewers offensively?
Yes.
Okay.
I like him, dude. I like him. I don't think he's gonna. No, hold on a minute. He will continue to hit. He will continue to hit, but he's definitely not going to be good doing what he's doing lately. He's not
Okay.
that much of a home run hitter. I mean, we know what we're getting out of this guy, right? You don't just all of a sudden turn into Giancarlo Stanton one day. I mean, he did move to a different ballpark, change of scenery. He's absolutely excellent. He's a huge part of why maybe Milwaukee. Oh, they have Hader. They have Josh Hader. They won't do it.
What
Milwaukee.
about Richard Rodriguez, who you just mentioned?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the Padres.
Richard Rodriguez.
The Padres might actually need a closer, dude. They might be figuring out that Melanson has been playing way above his expected numbers, dude. Maybe.
Okay.
And they need a starter too, because all their starters have turned out to be just a bunch of tools.
Okay.
Including
What about
Snell, Paddock, all tools.
All right. So Richard Rodriguez is going. That we know.
Who's going to get Barrios?
I'm not up to that yet. Will Alex Reyes continue his masterful run as a closer, where he didn't have any blown saves?
Absolutely,
Or
for
will
another couple years.
You think so? Eventually, I think he's going to be a starter.
Nope, he's a closer. That's all there is to it. He's been trying to be a starter for years. It did not pan out for him. He is excellent as a closer, and he knows it. And when you have success as a pitcher like that in a closer role, you stay there. You like it there, and you're happy with that. I do not ever see him stretching out to be a starter because he's never been able to do that. And why start now? He's excellent. He's been doing excellent this year, and he's staying as the closer in St. Louis. All the fans are happy. They finally get their boy healthy. He's 26 years old. And by the way, he's actually a free agent next year, I think. Maybe he has arbitration still one more year. He's arbitration.
At the beginning of the year and in the offseason, you were touting Dalton Varsho, eligible at catcher. Are you still touting him for the second half?
Am I touting him? Okay. I don't think he plays catcher though, right? He's not even playing catcher, right?
He's eligible at catcher. Eligible at catcher. I think so, yes.
Yes, he's played 15 games at catcher and 13 in the outfield. Going into last season, I said Varsho would be a good rookie of the year. I chose him to be the rookie of the year, didn't I?
Yes.
Because I saw him hitting home runs and stealing bases. He actually was excellent in 2019 at Double-A. He stole 21 bases and hit 18 home runs as a catcher. 301 batting average. It was like, holy crap, I'm definitely going to be rooting for this guy. Now he's batting every time he gets to the majors. He cannot transfer that talent over to the majors. He's batting in the 100s each time. He has not performed in the majors at all. No matter if it's 2020, 2021, he's not doing it. He's had 92 plate appearances this year. He's batting 138. Let that sink in for a second. I mean, no, I'm not touting him at all, dude. No.
I said earlier, Trevor Story being coveted now by the Chicago White Sox. Do you think that Colorado will trade him? And where's he winding up?
Trevor Story is going, dude. Trevor Story is going, right?
I'm asking you where he's going.
Well, I think that this is his last season. Is that true?
Yes.
I think that there's a good chance he could end up on the White Sox, or maybe he'll go. I don't know. Seattle is going to surprise people, I think. I think Seattle is going to surprise people. He could go to Seattle.
Okay, very good.
He might not want to, though. Does he have like a no trade thing going on?
No, I don't think he does.
So he signed a 2-year, $27.5 million contract with the Rockies in January of 2020. So he will be out of his contract. They have to sell him now, or they will not get anything for him. What's the point? They're definitely going to trade Trevor Story. He's going somewhere. Where he goes, that's a secret. The White Sox, that's my number one team to get him. But now, I don't know. You think about the teams that are competing for the playoffs in the second half, because now we have a pretty good idea of which of these teams are going to make the playoffs. I mean, there's a couple question marks. Like Oakland's going to make the playoffs. Why don't we ever talk about Oakland getting players? Do they not ever invest in any players in trade?
They really do, but they will be, and they could be a contender for Craig Kimbrell without a doubt.
Kimbrell.
Yeah, that's
sure,
a good start.
Oakland. Yeah, that's
all right.
a good idea.
Crystal ball. Who would you rather have for the rest of the year in the second half, Chris Paddock or Joe Musgrove?
Holy moly, really?
Which one?
I guess I have to say Musgrove, even though I hate him.
Okay, Joe Musgrove.
No, I'd rather have Fernando Tatis.
I'm going to give you a lineup, and you tell me if you think they'll be competitive for the playoffs.
Okay.
Casali, Lamont Wade, Donovan Solano, Alec Dickerson, Stephen Duggar, Wilmer Flores. Give me a break.
Look, excuse me. Wilmer Flores is going to be successful in the second half, okay?
Okay.
And don't mess around. Look, these guys, you want to talk about a team that is coming out of nowhere. You don't even like them, but you have rostered several of their players, including Lamont Wade, right?
Yes, I have.
I do think that they're a contending team. They might be buyers too. Why wouldn't they be buyers? They're absolutely contending. The Dodgers have now lost Trevor Bauer. They don't even have a full rotation, okay, in LA. They are absolutely in trouble with their pitching situation because they're so ridiculously idiotic that they didn't bother to get David Price stretched out when they saw this coming, okay? They saw this coming. Not just with Bauer, but with their other pitchers too. They got injuries galore. They had the deepest rotation in baseball. Going into the season, we couldn't figure out where they were going to put these pitchers.
All right, let's speed it up a little bit. You got to pay attention. I'm losing the battery on your phone. So that'll take care of that. Boston Red Sox.
I hope you do lose the battery so that I don't have to hear your annoying
Who would you rather
voice.
have for the rest of the year? Eduardo Rodriguez or Nate Eovaldi?
Eovaldi, no question. Eduardo Rodriguez, he's been horrible. He's horrible.
Okay. Will Aroldis Chapman bounce back to be the star closer that he has been at the beginning of the year?
I mean, probably not. I think he might be hurt. But you can't. Fantasy owners can't do anything with that. They have to keep him. Can't do anything with that.
I'm going to mention Wander Franco and Vidal Brujan.
Yeah, and both of them are losing fantasy picks.
And then I will say, true or false, a rookie is a rookie is a rookie.
True, Leonard.
Okay. I will say in Toronto, will Robbie Ray continue his outstanding season and become a star pitcher in next year's fantasy baseball draft?
Okay. No, I think he's going to be overrated next year because he is Robbie Ray. You know that the Toronto Blue Jays have 3 lefties in their rotation, 3 lefties. Now, is Robbie Ray having an excellent season with all of his home runs that he's given up? Or, I mean, he's literally replaced walks with home runs allowed.
Will Michael Kopech go into the
Yes.
rotation and become a valuable fantasy pitcher?
Yes, Michael Kopech is a must.
Whoa.
Yes, he will. He's going to
Bob,
be a difference
okay.
maker.
Bobby Bradley hitting a lot of home runs for the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah.
Is he going to be a valuable fantasy pick? Do you think next year his value will be over or under $15?
His value is going to be under $15. He's a 3 true outcome hitter. That's all there is to it. He strikes out a ton, he walks a little bit, and he hits home runs, and that's it. That's all you're going to do with him.
Next year, who would you rather take, Casey Mize or Tarek Skubal?
Ooh, I'm taking Scooble. But both of these pitchers, I mean, when I first think of these two pitchers, my mind races over to Terry Scooble because of the velocity that he has, right? And his ability to strike out batters. But go look at Casey Mize's velocity too. These two pitchers both throw in the high 90s. They're both just as likely to throw their arms out before too long. I like both of those pitchers for the future, but I don't know why I'm like leaning towards Scooble, even though I will take the cheapest one in the draft. I will take the cheaper of the two.
Who will get more saves for the rest of the year, Josh Stalmont or Scott Barlow?
Oh, probably Stalmont, probably, but I don't know. I would have to actually look that one up a little bit before I could say a good answer,
Will Josh Donaldson be traded by Minnesota? Injury-prone Josh Donaldson. Rumor has him going to the Mets. Any chance of that happening?
If the Mets are the only stupid enough team to do this because they already did some stupid crap by remember when I said nobody's going to take Robinson Cano from the Mariners? Nobody. And what do? They turn around and they take Robinson Cano from the Mariners. Donaldson is getting paid a lot of money. He just signed a 4-year contract. So he's getting paid over, I don't know, $20 million a year or something. Plus they have another team option for 2024. There is no possible way that any team is going to take him except for the Mets. So the chances are maybe for the Mets.
Rolling with crystal ball. Couple of more questions. Will Miles Straw steal over 20 bases?
Yes.
Okay, pretty good.
How many does he have now?
I don't know, but that's not the question. The question is,
yes,
will he steal more than 20?
Yes, dude.
Okay.
Give me a break.
The Angels, will the Angels of LA make the playoffs this year? Even
No.
with they got Rendon, Trout, and Upton and Fowler all on the injured list.
Yeah, they're not making it.
Oakland, we had a question about Frankie Montas. We told somebody, a caller, to take him, keep him, hold him. Good. Are you still on that? Do you like Frankie Montas?
I think he's going to do better the second half. Yeah, I do. I think he'll be better.
Who will be the final closer in Seattle? It looks like Kendall Graveman may go on the market if they decide to trade him.
They're not sellers.
They're not going to be sellers. Okay.
They're going to purchase a pitcher, dude. Probably Richard Rodriguez, maybe.
All right. Who would you rather have, Marco Gonzalez or UC Kikuchi?
Kikuchi by far.
And finally, who's going to be the closer in Texas when they trade Ian Kennedy? That's a tough one. Is it going to be Jolie Rodriguez? I don't even know. Josh Spores?
Does it really matter? They don't get enough of chances anyways, dude.
All right, just come up with one.
Okay, I would say Barlow is probably it.
Joe Barlow.
Maybe. Who the freak knows, dude? It could be anybody of these.
We got to thank everybody. Yeah. Captain 15, Doug Boyle, Eddie Heckman. We got Jay Stubbs, Malpal, Michael Anthony, Poncho. Great stuff. Star Dog was here. Scotty Bansett from the great state of California. Timothy, my hooker, has joined us. Unbelievable and great guests. Do you have anything else to say to close it out?
I'm waiting for your phone to die so that I can be by myself on the show.
All right. You want to take over till the top of the hour?
Go ahead. I'm done. I have things to do today. I have to go to the Goodwill.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. We will be here every Sunday. Hope you can join us. Don't forget, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. It's most of the time.
Next week, we will have the sound just like this, and we will not have to do all of this, okay?
Yeah,
what we did today.
Yeah, we had a tough time at the beginning, but she finally straightened it out. Now all she has to do is straighten out the rest of her life, and she'll be okay.
That's called resilience, Lenny. That's what it's called, resilience. Don't give up.
Thanks, everybody. Love you all, and we thank you once again, okay?
Bye, everybody.
I'll talk to you later.